Hey everyone, it's Angry Turtle and welcome to my total noob, absolute beginner guide. And this guide is different than most guides you can find on YouTube. There is a lot of really good ones, don't make me wrong, some of them takes over 2 hours, 3 hours of the complete beginner guides, but they still are missing stuff I was struggling with myself. As you know, I started this game not a long time ago, I have 40 hours so far. And first 4 to 8 hours, that was an absolute nightmare due to UI and other issues I encountered. I breezed through it only thanks to the help from people on my live stream. Otherwise, I would totally, most likely, give up after first 4 hours. Therefore, this guide is focused on how to start and actually enjoy the game, how to skip the nightmare part if you are absolutely new. And let's start. That's the first screen, your character creation. What's important here? You need to put a name, that's simple. Then you choose if you want to be male or female. After that, no, you do not choose your alliance. Alliance is just attached to the race, ignore it at all. I didn't found any importance of alliance over by 40 hours so far. Race. You choose the race by the looking of the description. From what I found, it's good enough indication. Just go what you want. Choose something you will enjoy playing. That's the most important on this page. And for this character, I would like to be a tank, therefore I go with North, as based on the description. It's a perfect match. I have no clue if it's actually perfect match, but sounds good. And that's the important part on this page. About the appearance, I will just randomize it until I see something looking cool. And this guy does look like an absolute tank. I think I will go with that. Next page is class. And this is the important page. You have 6 classes in here. And of course, the same rule as previously apply. You choose what you feel like playing later. In the worst case scenario, what I discovered so far, if you spend some money on so-called crown shop, you can change everything later, and a lot of stuff can be changed for free and you are getting some respec scrolls. But if you want to change everything, you will need to spend some money. Although I know that you can play whatever class you choose, and on top of everything, this game is getting regular updates and there are some balance changes. Therefore, even if you choose the weakest possible class and weakest race, there is a good chance it will get buffed in the future. And for my tank, I will go with Dragon Knight, as it sounds like a traditional sword guy that can be a perfect tank for purpose of this character. I can be wrong, but as I said, that's not the most important part of this game. The fun is number one you should focus on. Next 2 pages are basically appearance, therefore you go with whatever you really like. One thing I will do is I'm a tank, large, muscular, and tall as much as possible. I want everyone to see I'm the tank and I cannot be killed. At least that's the plan. Then we are taken into basic tutorial that will teach you how to walk around and how to interact, how to use basic combat. That part is fine, just follow the tutorial. And only one thing this tutorial do not say you here when you'll be fighting, you don't actually use heavy attacks to do damage. I have no clue why they try to picture it like you are using those heavy attacks to do damage. You'll be using them only to restore your resources like stamina and magicka, and you will use light attacks to do damage. Now, leveling up, just a quick explanation. On the left, you will be claiming your level up when you open up the character screen. That's this one in here. You claim the level up. Then you have choices of attributes, magicka, health, stamina. Magicka is damage for casters. It's very simple here, only 3 categories. Health, overall tankiness, stamina, damage for everyone else than casters. In case you want to be full damage for solo, you pump only stamina or only magicka, ignoring health. If you are a tank, like I am here, I will probably use both of those, health and stamina. I add 1 to stamina. I accept it by pressing E. Second page, we are on this one in here, character skills. I will be choosing my active skill I will be able to use. And you can think that those are important decisions, Those are not. Basically, in this game, you will be unlocking skill points all the time when you play the game. Therefore, eventually, you will max out everything, almost everything that you can. Therefore, don't stress too much on this screen. For the starter, I'm taking one offensive ability that will help me deal damage, and I will show you something important game do not tell you about. And a quick tip, as we are next to the bookshelf, you always want to interact with them, as sometimes it increases level of your skills. You don't need to do anything else, just press the interact and walk away, unless you are interested in reading. But do it every time you see a bookshelf. And one quick useful tip when you'll be leveling up and you are not sure what skills you're supposed to be choosing, there is this skill advisor in the game, and you can click on the settings, then you look on description and choose your role. Like you can see damage role, another damage role, tank role, healer role, and you can basically go by that. 2 damage types like magicka damage, stamina damage, and I want to be a tank, then I can choose this tank advisor, and I will have in the recommendations here what I should be taking. What is next I should be taking. After the tutorial, you will be put into this big room with multiple doors, and that's always the question, what should you choose if you want to have any kind of order into the game and don't start it from the end. And here what I was able to Google, based on your alliance, that's not important to anything else, but for the story, you choose either this door, or this door, or this door. As other doors basically lead you into the DLC content, then you are missing early content and starting some kind of later content, what's probably not perfect for new players. I don't even know why there is such a huge choice to location to start with, when most people, if they are total beginners, would probably like to start from the beginning. Okay, this time I will go to Stros Mackay. And now, before we go any further with the guide, I want you to know the most important thing. Game is not telling you at all about the combat, and it's using your light attack, or in other words, basic attacks, default attacks, the attack that you make when you press the mouse button, and your spells, your skills. You need to do it almost in the same time. You could think after a tutorial that you should do like attack, press the spell, do another attack, press another spell. You will lose 50% of your DPS. You need to do it in order. Attack and spell almost in the same time, as it's hard to explain like that. I will show you, or more like I will let you hear it. I will move my microphone closer to my keyboard, and hopefully you will be able to hear. I will not be doing anything else but using the light attack and the spell. It's not important what spell I'm using in here. I just want you to know that's the first thing you need to start practicing. Light attack with a spell every time, because light attack is basically for free. You can use it simultaneously. You don't need to wait for animation. You don't have any additional cooldown. If you just use your spells, you will be losing like 50% of your DPS. It's insane. Let me demonstrate. I hope you are able to see and hear that every time I did the light attack followed by a spell, I was getting both. The arrow was going out and the spell was casted. If I would try to just do the spell and try to spam it in the same way, look. I'm just spamming the spell. You can see I'm spamming it. It's about the same speed, and I'm not getting light attack. Therefore, you cannot get your spells out any faster if you skip light attacking. Plus, you need to light attack later in order to charge your ultimate at all. Then that's very important to start learning as the one and most important mechanic to do damage in this game. And now, very important tip. First, that you should know how to avoid getting totally lost in this game. You have a map if you press M, or if you just open all your options, it's in here. That's the map. Now, 2 most important things you need to know about. Sometimes on the map, you will see that. This is the most important symbol. Whenever you see it, you need to go towards it, as this is the main way of collecting your attribute points. It does look like that. It's a sky shard. You can see someone is just running to one, and you need to collect those sky shards wherever you see them. Don't miss them. If you see it on your map, you can see it as well on the compass. In here, on top, wherever you see it, you just go straight there and collect it. Don't leave it for later. You need to collect as many as possible. The goal is to collect all of them. Like a Pokemon, catch them all and collect it. Second, how to know where you are actually on the map. If you open the map, you will find that's you. And that's not too difficult part. But this map is not so small like you see in here. If you zoom out by pressing right mouse button or something that's equivalent if you are on console, you will zoom out. You can see the actual map now. If you zoom out one from the city, that's the actual map. And how to figure out what this map is, what part of the world. Like if you hover around the mouse, it only says that this is a port and there is no other name on this map. I was like that for early on. Maybe you already figured out where is the name. If you didn't, the actual name on the map that you need to remember if you will get lost and you go and you will try to get back in here using portals is in top left corner. It's Stross MK, and that's the name that matters. The name when you zoom into the port handling, that's not the name that matters. It will not help you much. The name you need to know is this map. After zooming out once, if you zoom out twice, you have the map that is much bigger of the mainland or whatever this is with a lot of locations. As you see if I hover, and those are the corresponding names that this time appearing on the map. And in top left corner, it just says Tamriel. That's like the main continent. Not every location has something, like there is nothing here, but there is enough of those to get lost. And how to find yourself, sometimes it's not easy to spot your marker. It's easy in this case, but sometimes it's really like under all those other markers, barely visible. Let's say you will somehow, what's actually really easy to do, end up in totally somewhere else. Like, look if I zoom out one more time. And now, I don't see anything, even my cursor. What if I end up in here? How to get back where I was doing the quest? That's why you need this name from the map. I recommend just if you figure out where you are, just write it down on a piece of paper or something on your phone, as you will get lost. Now let's say you got lost and you want to go back where you've been before, but you had no clue where you are. Look on your map, find this. That's a portal. That's how the portal is marked. Go to the portal, use it, and now I zoom the map out and let's say I have no idea where I was and I want to go back. If you look on the right hand side, under location tab, if you did what I told you and you write down the location, the name, you look it on this list. But those are only the names of the main maps. Therefore, that's what you need to write down, nothing else. The main map you are on. Then I scroll to S, I choose Stross MK, I click on that, and I have this map open. And then I'm already here, but if I would not be in here, I would teleport on this portal. It's free. It can take you from any place on the map to any place on the map. You just need to know where you actually want to go, and that's the important part. Thank me later for this guide, as most likely, accidentally you will travel across the map and you will be far away from your main quest and you will have a problem how to get back there. Now it's a perfect moment to show you the side quests. Wherever you see this marker, that's a side quest you can take. And you can accept in total up to 25 quests. After that, it will not let you accept any more, but you can abandon accepted quest or finish accepted quest to get more of those. And here, that's a main quest I'm on. If I sidetrack to take this quest, I will accept this quest for a moment. You can see that on the map, my objective changed. If I open the map, I was going in here, that's my main quest, but as I accepted the side quest, objective is sending me to a different place. Now, what if you want to actually do your main quests, but you accepted some side quests? Maybe some side quests, as I said before, lead you across the map and you end up in different place. Assuming you still remember your location or you have it written down, when you open your journal, that's this icon in here. Open your journal, you will see all the quests. That will be normally really long list if you accepted more of them. I have only 2, as I'm still like almost on the tutorial phase. I see my active quest and I see the main quest with different marker that's currently not active. If I wish to go back on track, I click on that and it's now active quest. I exit it by pressing Alt and I'm back on my main quest. And now it's as good time as any to quickly explain you Crown Store. And that's basically the cash shop for this game. You click on that. Important things you need to know. First, there are daily rewards. Those are on 4th tab. Daily rewards, you always check it every day and claim your daily reward. Now the store. The store is not just cosmetics. That's what you should know. As you would probably buy ESO Plus, that's basically like essential to play this game. Like 50% of the game, entire crafting section, what's huge for this game, is locked behind ESO Plus. You can in theory do it without ESO Plus. In practice, it's almost impossible. It's not like in Fallout 76 where it makes it easier to use crafting with Fallout First. In here, it makes it almost impossible to use crafting without ESO Plus. Maybe if you are a veteran, you can figure out work around, but as a beginner, you will not be able to use crafting at all without ESO Plus. I want to let you know about that ahead of time. If you will have any crowns to spend, hold on with them. Do not buy cosmetics early, as maybe you would choose to speed up your progress by going into those upgrades and, for example, choose riding lessons. I will talk more about the horse, but that's one of the examples where you can spend your crowns or something that gives you huge benefit early on, riding speed. You can upgrade it 6 times, which means 6,000 crowns if you want to max it out very early. If you don't want to do it, you can get it in-game 1 a day, which means 60 days to get your horse to actually move fast. Apart from that, you can buy, like, look at that. You can buy a pets. That's not important what they are, but they gives you inventory slots, 5 slots, each of those 2 pets. Therefore, you can increase your inventory by 10 slots with money that you cannot get in-game. Those 10 slots reserved for money. After that, you can find under utility, like supply kits, where you have a bunch of stuff like experience scrolls, repair kits, food that boost all your stats. That's a huge help in the game for money. If you want to level up faster, of course, experience boosters available for money. As well, you will use Crown Shop to access new events, basically claim them for free when they are active under Events tab. And of course, you can speed up your event progress by buying tickets that you should earn in events with crowns. At this moment, there is like a starter pack as well on sales for 550 crowns. That contains a lot of stuff that speed up your progress, as there are included some of the horse upgrades, experience boosters, repair kits. Another tab you need to know about quest starters. You need to open it, like if you want your free house, you will find it under this tab. You will start quest that gives you a free house. Events again, that's a separate tab on 2 tabs, the same event. And prologue starters, what are basically quests for different DLCs. If you want to start any of those, you can start it from in here. And all the other tabs, mainly cosmetics. I'm fine with cosmetics. I'm not necessarily so fine with everything else I show you, but as I always say, yep, every company wants to make money. The good thing is there is no straight up pay to win. You cannot just grab power from the store, but you can speed up your progress tremendously. Therefore, good bet, you judge. Another tip in regards to questing, if you, let's say, claim some event from the store, then you cannot find it, open your journal, like I have this holiday event claimed, and let's say I want to do it now before doing anything else. I want to drop it, but where is the event? I don't know. I open the map and I cannot find. If you go through the journal and then press show on map from the journal, you will find when this event actually is on the map. You press it and you can see where it is. Now, in some cities, you will find NPC guilds. When you open your map, there is something like Fighters Guilds or Mages Guild. It's not a choice in this game. You don't choose your guild. The goal is to join every single NPC guild, and you should do it as soon as you find it, as you need to start leveling up this guild for additional skills. There's a lot of stuff not important at this moment for the beginner. Just join them. If you see it, like I have Fighter Guild in front of me, you see it, you go in and you join them. You talk with someone from the guild, and I just talk with him for a moment, and I'm joining the guild. I'm actually getting gold and experience for doing absolutely nothing, but I'm part of the guild now. What it does, I will quickly show you. If you open your skill tab, under skill tab now, I have something called guild. If I open it, I have Fighters Guild. I'm level 1 there, but if I level it up, you can see I have active skills I can take from this guild, like additional active skill tree you can equip on your bar, and passives I'll be able to take with my skill points. That's why it's important to join every single guild you see. And now, after you hit level 10, some additional tips. First, we are going into some of the game settings that really need to be changed to don't get totally lost in this game and enjoy it more. Then let's go for the settings. Video, it's a graphics quality, that's up to you. Audio as well, up to you, but now important, gameplay. First, quick cast ground abilities. We are changing that to on from automatic. This way, wherever there is area of effect ability, you just press it once and it will automatically cast when you are looking at. There is no need to confirm the location when you want to cast it. Otherwise, you basically need to do twice the work to get the same result. Now, under items category, auto loot, I recommend it on. It's way easier. Just don't auto loot stolen items and prevent stealing placed items. I switching to on. Unless you want to be a guy that steals a lot and start from that, but at least for a start, I would recommend avoid accidental steal. That can put you in trouble. If you have ESO Plus, you will have this option on, and that should be on. Next is the camera. I do recommend disabling the screen shake, as it's way easier if your screen is not shaking in general. After that, interface. And if you are on PC, I like to have frame rate and latency on the screen. Nameplates, that's super important. Switch them to on. That's the most important settings of them all. Next, we are going for combat. And here I like to change all those bars to always show. Like show everything. I like to have a lot of it on my screen at all times. It helps me tracking everything that it's going on. I'm changing number and percent on the bars as well. Active combat tips. Early on, I recommend leaving this on. Ultimate number on as well. Then scroll down. Buffs and debuffs. I want it to show. Next up, we are going under controls. And even if you will not change them, at least read through all of those main controls. I would recommend changing them for whatever will be better for you, but at least spend some time on this page. It can be useful, especially later, if you will know your controls. Over time, you can keep adjusting it for your perfect controls. I have default at this moment. I will change it later, but I don't want you to be confused, therefore I keep it on default for this tutorial. When you do those changes, you will notice that suddenly NPCs have names above their heads and in those brackets, whatever they actually are. Like I can see she's alchemist. Otherwise, I would never know without those nameplates. And you can use those NPCs with name to trade with them.
Come to try your hand at some alchemy?
Go into the store, and instead of buying, early on you just need gold. Therefore, you swap to sell, and then you can start selling. Whenever you have item with this icon, the only purpose of this item is selling it to the merchant. Next, if you don't have ESO Plus and you never want to pay for ESO Plus, you will most likely sell or just toss away any gear that you are not using and is under level or whatever. That will be the only purpose for other gear and stuff. If you do have ESO Plus, there is other half of the game. From different places you will see markers like this one, all those banners representing workbenches. Like next to this banner, I have enchanting station, enchanting table. I can interact with it. There will be some tips and tricks, but basically what I can do on almost every table, you can use extraction or disassemble stuff, and usually you will just disassemble whatever is in there to get it into your ESO Plus. Like it will break it into materials. Materials goes into your ESO Plus bag and do not take any space. To find tables you need, you just go on the map. Like I hover here, I can see there is alchemy station, cooking fire, enchanting table, and woodworking stations. But I need more of them. Then I look on the map where is more, and like here, blacksmith station and clothing station. If you want to go into crafting, you will need to keep visiting all those stations frequently. This is a banner. That's a woodworking station banner. Therefore, I know there is woodworking station here, and that's how woodworking station looks like. I use it, and what I do on woodworking station, you are using two options. Research, as you want to keep going with research. If you have something you can research, as it takes time. I see I can research something for lightning stuff, and here the button mapping is crazy. Like clicking once doesn't do anything. You can press R while hovering over it, or what is totally hidden, double click. That's way easier to just double click on it. But yeah, button mapping will take a little bit to get used to it. It's counterintuitive, and stuff that's intuitive is hidden, like double click. Next, you just mark it, and you need to confirm it. Therefore, there is a lot of clicking and doing stuff. After that, it's researching. But even more important is deconstructing stuff you are not using, basically to slowly upgrade your crafting skills. Like when I deconstruct it in here, I confirm it. You can see on top, woodworking level 3 now. I'm getting experience from breaking this stuff. And in the same time, I'm freeing up the space in my inventory. I will be visiting whenever my inventory fill up. All those crafting stations, I will be deconstructing, I will be researching, and I will be selling stuff that's for sale. Then it takes some time to get used to it. You need to visit those workbenches. Later on, you can find some better cities where the workbenches are more cluttered together. But for the time being, just find any. Another tip, very important early on. At level 10, you will get your free horse. And you can use it whenever you are out in the open and you are not fighting. You press the mount button, it's H on the PC, you have your free mount, and it's supposed to be faster to travel on the mount. It is not really, it's slightly faster, but you can fix it. If you open map and there is no horse icon on your map, then you will need to fast travel somewhere. Just don't forget where you are, just zoom out and check the name. If you want to come back here after visiting bigger city, then let's go to the bigger city. if you don't know where to go to find a bigger city, just choose some area. Don't press on the portal, but on the area. You will zoom in. Then you look what is in there. Around this portal, there is this area. Then don't click on this portal yet. Click on the area around it. And then you have preview. There is a stable master. There are workbenches if you will be looking for it. Okay, I can go in here. I zoom out once to see the portal. I click on it and I fast travel there. Now, I just open the map. I'm facing this way, the horse is other way. Then I turn around, I go to the stable master. And now I see the building with the horse. There will be a stable master in here. The nameplates helps you out. Stable master. You talk with the stable master.
I've always said
View the stable. There is a tip. But I will tell you, you want to upgrade speed every day. As there is 20 hours cooldown, it costs 250 gold. Fortunately, 1% per day, you will barely notice a difference at first. But what if I tell you, you can get 30% boost to your speed instantly and for free? Let me show you how. You just open all your menus, inventory, something. You look to the right. There is tab called Alliance War. You don't need to know much about it. I don't know much about it either. But after you click on that, you go this Cyrodiil tab. It will be open. You look below level 50. There is one. You click on that. Will not be doing PvP. Don't worry about it. You just want to enter the campaign. You just hover over it. On the bottom it says press E to enter the campaign. You do it. And there is please wait. After a moment, you will get teleported in there. You see, it's found a place for me. You can see it on the screen now. I have 1 minute to accept. I accept. Now, after the arrival, you see the quest giver. You want to talk with it.
Another new
Say that you are ready. You are a new recruit.
Not likely.
And you do need training. She will tell you what to do if you don't need training, but trust me, you do need training. Just talk with her, accept the quest. One very important thing that you need to know in here, do not skip the training. Like the quest tips you can see on the top right part of the screen. And second task says, talk to Grand Warlord Zimmeron to skip training. That's the one thing you don't want to do. Do not skip training. Complete the training. First, they want you to travel to Morrowind Gate. You use this transistor shrine. Click on it. There is a map. You fast travel to the gate by clicking on the gate. Talk with this mirrored skin guy. Go back to the shrine. Back to the Morrowind Gate. Or whatever it will be called for you. Talk to another guy. Delivery done. Complete this quest. Another part accepted. Now the training will fire all of this heavy artillery. It's not too difficult. You should handle that. Just interact with it. And try to hit one of those dummies with every weapon. Done. Press Alt to exit. And fire next one. Next type. Talk with your trainer again. Now they want you to use the repair kit. That's a perfect moment for me to show you how the quick wheel works in this game. It's not really obvious, but you open your inventory, this first tab. Then you have your quick wheel under this tab, quick slots. You select that. That's your quick wheel. Here, if you press on all, you have all items. Here, if you press on slotable items, it should be everything you can put on the quick wheel. Sometimes it's not actually. That's why in some cases you will need to go on all. Like for example, this event-related bottomless mid-mark that gives experience bonus is not found under slotable items, even though it should be. But that's beside the point. I can slot stuff like this on one. I can put like my experience scroll or other. And there is as well practice siege repair kit. The easiest way to use it, slot it too on this quick wheel. Now after you slot stuff on the quick wheel, how you use it? By default, to access the quick wheel, you press Q and hold it down. Then you can choose something. But it's not automatically used. Let's say I will choose this mag by just basically having it selected and releasing the Q. It will not use it. How you use it, you just press the Q. Oh, it actually tells me that I cannot use the mag in this zone. Okay, then I will show on the repair kit. I'm choosing the repair kit. I go towards this trebuchet, but I don't want to use the trebuchet. I don't want to fire it. I want to fix it. Therefore, I press Q on it. That's how you do it. It can be a little bit tricky. It took me a while before I figured out how I do it. And now it's fixed. That's how you use items on the things in this game. After you do it, talk with other trainer and complete your quest. And quest send us to talk to another guy. And we are sent back to talk with Grand World again. He sent us to talk with other guy. He sent us to the third guy, and we talk. And the third guy is giving us reward for quest completion. Done. At this moment, you're ready to speed up your horse. How to speed up the horse? You need to go under skill tab. It's this one, skills. And there is this new tab, Alliance War. You have assault and support skills just unlock thanks to doing this tutorial. And you want to select assault and passive abilities. First one, look what the passive is. Don't look on the first part, second part. Gain major gallop at all times, increasing your mount speed by 30%. 1 skill points, 5 minutes of work, and your horse, it's 30% faster. That's really important for me to do early. That was great help someone tell me this tip, and I did it. Now look, horse is instantly faster. It's suddenly better to ride a horse than walk. And then just use the fast travel shrine to get out of this PvP zone. Zoom out wherever you want to go. Find the location. I hope you wrote it down where you want to go from here. I'm going back to Betnik. And there is a fast travel shrine. And I know this guide is quite long already, but one last thing you need to know and you will do daily. You find a group tab. Shortcut is P on keyboard. You open the group tab, assuming you are level 10 or above. You go under Dungeon Finder and you can join the queue. You really want to do it every day, once per day, in order to get your daily rewards that are really good from the random dungeon. Even if you are not good, you don't know what you are doing, there will be people with you randomly assigned that will help you out. Therefore, yeah, you just join there. Do this. Just choose your role. Choose for me damage, but I'm actually working towards tank. Then I would choose a tank role and I will join a dungeon. I will not be doing it at this moment. Just a quick tip. After you finish the dungeon, you can find yourself in the situation like I was. I didn't know how to exit. In order to exit this dungeon after you are done and you defeated it, you got your rewards. What you do, you need to open this tab again. And when you open this tab inside the dungeon, there will be a button on the bottom, leave the dungeon. And if you don't want to be on the group anymore after the dungeon, you open the group page and there will be names of people on your group. You will right click on yourself and choose leave the group. That's how you manage this stuff. Can be a little bit confusing early on, or even more than a little bit confusing. And as we are on this tab, as well what's hidden on this tab, if you somehow cannot find the main quest for the zone you are in, there is something called Zone Guide. Really helpful. Under the group tab. I don't know why the Zone Guide is under the group tab, but it's where it's hidden if you need to find it. You can see what you completed on the map you are on, like how many shards you collected, how many main quests, like I didn't complete that main quest. And if you don't know what those main quests are, the easy way to find the main quests, go back on track, is by pressing Continue Zone Story. You press that, and it shows on the map where is the current main quest, and automatically choose it as your selected quest. Then you are on track. Is as easily as that. And that being said, I think with those tips and tricks, you will be ready to actually enjoy the Elder Scrolls Online. There is much more into this game, but you'll discover it step by step. I hope I covered the stuff you need to know early. At least I covered the stuff I was struggling with when I started this game. Let me know if it's helpful for you. And now as always, thank you a lot for watching and see you all in the next one.